Hello Deltagooners, my name is Cora, and today, I'm angry. Deltarune Chapter 5 came out recently, and instead of inundating us with mountains of lore about Deltarune or anything like plot relevant, we were jump scared by this fucking guy. I love him. I'm not actually angry, I just had my own complaints about the chapter at first, but after a couple of replays, it's become one of my favorites. Its gameplay is fun, the vibes are whack, the flowers are my favorite bouquet of goobers and geebers, and if you took them out of the game, I'd actually shoot you on sight. More importantly too, the mission. However, we got a bunch of new items to cover. Unlike the last few times, we're only doing one chapter, so we're just gonna do all the weapons, armor, and food at once. I hope that's cool. Before we hop into Chapter 5's items, we've actually got to double back. See, the gentrification of Susie continues, as whenever you get a red ribbon, she supposedly starts to like wearing ribbons? Well, not really. Just like everything she does, when she does it her own way. Except when swooning Noelle, then she's so basic, but like so genuine about it, that it loops back around to being adorable, so I guess you wouldn't, Susie. For the record, the sunset sets in the east in this scene, and I'm not entirely sure why. Anyway, each of the ribbons she does wear, she puts Dear God anywhere but her hair, a few of which were actually mentioned. The right ribbon is worn like a fist wrap, the pink ribbon is worn on her shoulder. She doesn't specify where she puts the twin ribbon, so I had it cover two of the spikes on her arm. The blue ribbon is worn on her arm. The princess ribbon isn't specified, other than that when she wears it, Chris wears the gloves. So I put it somewhere that wasn't her arms, because I'm so sick of doing the wristbands every single fucking time I do one of these. So I just had it hang on her belt. Similar thing with the new fused monarch ribbon, but I'll get back to that later. Now, people in my comments were almost constantly saying that I missed items like the twisted sword, the broken sword, and the everybody weapon. And to be honest, nah. I had a different but somewhat related reasons for not doing this, that being, I didn't really have anything to go off of. Moreover, I chalked up the broken sword to being like a troll item, but having seen this latest chapter and Malleus's habit of fixing new items, it makes it seem more like the broken sword might be fixable eventually or something. Anyway, for fun, here's a broken sword design. It's a bigger, stronger black shard, but like, broken, and it's a broken pen because I didn't know what else to do for it. If this thing becomes fixable at some point in the game, I'll go back and adjust this, but for now, I think this is like goofy and fun enough. The twisted sword, however, isn't exactly unused. It's just not used yet. It seems like it's going to be something available exclusively to like an aborted weird route where you get all 5 shadow crystals, maybe to make like the pure crystal that's mentioned here. I think it could be thematically linked to walking whatever line may be possible between breaking the game and following the path. But who fucking knows? Here's the design. The Thornring's bramble crawls up like a torch, wrapping around the blade, and the spiral pattern is moving in a barbershop pole-like spiral that's meant to invoke like sort of hypnosis-y imagery, like the Thornring's trance effect. As opposed to a trans effect. Though this one has a trance down effect. Maybe it like separates Chris from the player. Or you can carry it into like another save file or something, because these crystals are wild. And the everybody weapon. Alright guys, I'm gonna be real, I'm pretty sure this one's a debugging tool. Like, I don't know much about programming, but it feels like it would be a useful thing to have, right? Just an item that equips to everybody so that you can test weapon systems, like that tracks, right? Anyway, if it's gonna be a weapon for everybody, then it's gonna be a weapon for me too. The everybody weapon is a fusion of everyone's primary weapons. Chris's sword makes up the shaft, with Rousey's scarf like wrapping around it, and Susie's axe juts out to make the teeth of the weapon. Yeah, weapons have teeth. The symbol of the Deltarune is emblazoned on the hilt, a dark fountain grip and a red heart holding it all together. Connected to the bottom through roots is Noelle's ring. There. Everybody weapon. Everyone's included. Oh, this light world variant looks weird. Thanks to some new context and feedback, I've also adjusted a few of my old designs too. We're almost to Chapter 5, I promise. Nate Clone's identifying every Darkner follow-up not only mentioned me by name. I am so sorry for transing immediately after this. It was really funny timing. Thank you for that, and saying I can read. You are incorrect, but I appreciate it. Notified me to the idea that the Puppet Scarf's light world variant is guitar strings, which I absolutely agree with. The freeze ring was the other one that I couldn't really get a solid design for the light world variant of, but I figure, I don't know, you're buying something off an ad, right? And it's not like all Darkners are exactly physical objects anyway. Maybe it literally just manifests as like malware in the real world, like on her phone. I don't know. A lot of people had a lot of different ideas for this in the comments, but I didn't really ever see one I was happy with. I'm not even really happy with this one, but it's better than the origami ring, so her phone's been infected with malware. A lot of people also mentioned that I missed out on the tension items, which I knew about, frankly, but I was being annoying and pedantic about what meant food, and so here. The tension bit is a small shard of a larger form of candied gem, meant to give you a much smaller portion of the full TP gain. The tension gem is a much larger piece of the whole, forming a diamond shape referential of the gem in its name. And the tension is the whole item, allowing you to do better heal exactly once and then nothing else. And finally, last one, my S-Poison design was shot dead in a ditch. We can cover the why later, it has to do with this crunchy fuck. But for now, the S-Poison retains its sort of glitchy vibe, while the diamonds that line the edge of the cup run across the top. It looks like real poison now! It's poison! It's literally poison! For you! Get now! Anyway, that's the oldies down. Finally time for the actually new stuff. Am I a fucking joke to you, Tobias? This weapon is targeted at making fun of me. Specifically, in its description, it's simply stated to be a sword that is arbitrarily stronger because it fits the setting of Chapter 5. I put all this work into these designs, and you lightly poke fun of that in a weapon that no one's going to use because it's getting outpaced at least 3 times over? How dare you? You're on my shit list, Mr. Fox. Anyway, if Toby's gonna likely poke fun, then I'm gonna take that idea and run with it. You say this fits the setting of Chapter 5? To that I say, fuck you! This isn't even a pencil! It's a wooden sword, yes, but one that's sleek, with flowers and wings reminiscent of both the Great Angel's imagery and the petal feather! This is also a slight reference to how Flowey is the angel in Undertale! He's not anymore, though. That's your title now! With that and other items in mind, I shrimply reject the notion of this item's light world equipment being a pencil. Instead, it's a small stick in a familiar shape. My item now, Tobias. A sword that arbitrarily fits Chapter 5. I did the assignment. Speaking of plant-themed weapons, guys, I know the Saber 10 is from the Tsundere cactus. You think I don't know? I have an encyclopedic knowledge of this game! I can tell you the price of a Rhapsody without looking! I know where it came from! The reason I was confused as to why they could use it is because I was kind of locked in on the idea of all their weapons being writing utensils, but the other characters break their theme a lot more frequently than Chris does, so maybe I could have cut them a little bit of slack. Their sentimentality is good for something. Quit shoving me into trash cans though, you fucking cage. This shit pisses me off. Not only in the fact that it's actively detrimental to Susie and Ralsei, who's trying to save the fucking world, but also the fact that people keep trying to justify it. Like, dog, Chris is the one who tosses us into crap. Chris is the one actively opening dark fountains. Chris is the one who won't tell their friends about the plan. Chris is the fucking main antagonist of Deltarune, I swear to God! And people say, oh, it's justified because we can control them. Dude, you sound like Jevil. Look how free I am behind my paws! Like, even if you control Chris, it's not even like you actually let us do anything off the beaten path, because oh my God, you are the one locked in the cage! You are! Chris is antagonizing you! I could do a whole fucking analysis on Chris and their dirty deeds at this point, but I gotta move on. Where's Susie? I miss Susie!
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
The Thatchet is described as a wicked bramble of thorns, so I figured making it look cursed as hell would look sick. The brambles churn and become veins that form a proper axe head. I'd say it like looks pretty cool. Its light world form is some simple sticks twisted up, like whatever. For the record, the petal feather is way cooler than whatever the hell a literal white pen of hope would have done for the plot. Glad that speculation just died immediately. And just to put a real moratorium on it, I'd like to make an addendum to my previous analysis about swords and protagonism. See, while I do still think all that applies, I don't really think Susie's going to pick up a literal sword anymore. Instead, I think she already carries it with her. Gerson even says as much. She, present tense, wields the white pen of hope. And remember, pens are swords, so this panel isn't showing the future, it's showing her literally wielding her hope as a weapon. Fucking sick! Also, Susie's idea in the comments pointed out the ideas that axes also cut down trees, which we see in the egg room, seemingly representing the idea of the past. Chris's past. Susie may very well be able to chop down enough trees to truly get to know who Chris is.
And you are...
Poison. Poison ivy.
This one's described as an ivy whip, with only experts being able to use it. My brain took that to mean that there was a bunch of vines, but looking at it again, that probably means there's only one. Oops, that's what I get for going in with preconceptions. Either way, I like this design. Tangles of vines and poisonous thorns line the walls of this parasitic vine. I also added some ivy leaves too after the fact, just to like really emphasize the fact that it was like poisonous. Maybe don't keep it that close to your face, or I'll say. I imagine its real life variant is just like a literal ivy leaf.
Any idea how long the Zoomans are going to be around? I haven't had this many X's show up at once since...
Hi, how are you?
Nope.
Oh, what the hell, an unused ring? New to Chapter 5 is the Gilded Rose, a ring with thorns pointed on the outside. Good job, Noelle. If I had to guess, this was introduced to be Noelle's weapon at the start of Chapter 6, since she's pretty clearly going to be involved in the Dark World plot in some way. This ring will be her default the same way Chris's, Ralsei's, and Susie's will be the Woodblade 2, the Missile WP, and the Thatchet, respectively. I mean, that's technically just a guess, but not like they're swimming in other options here. I figured this one simply looks like a rose that's attached to a finger, properly like colored and everything to look like rose. In the white world, it might even just be like a baby rose that you like turn into like a ring to do the same. I think that'd be really cute. Overall, the weapons of this chapter were definitely all plant and / or wood themed. The Woodblade 2 was a joke, the Gilded Rose is unused, the Thatchet is wicked, and the Missile WP is poisonous, man. I'm so serious. Get that away from your face. That's not fucking safe. Anyway, that's every weapon in this chapter. On to the... Wait, what the fuck?
Flowers bloom from your
What
heart.
the fuck? What are you doing here?
Blown like a turnip.
Huh?
Goodbye.
The red ribbon, named so because it's really a red ribbon and a ribbon that's red, not to be confused with the irreparable Red Ribbon Army from Rag'n'Roll and their red ribbon ribbons. Should you need to tell the variance between this red ribbon and the red ribbon that happens to be red, this one isn't in Deltarune, and this one is from
Toho Project.
To those uninitiated, like myself, this is Reimu Hakari, the main protagonist of
Toho Project.
who gets aggressive when people don't give donations to her shrine, like the receipt of it all here thing. I don't know much about Toho, I'm sorry. I think it being a receipt is boring, so I'm headcanoning it as an eviction notice. The ribbon in the sprite already looks a lot like Reimu's ribbon. Really, the only redaction required was the writing of inscriptions, radically making the drawing around 8% more cool. Princess Ribbon, Scarf Mark, with thy powers combined, we gained the Transgender Butterfly Ribbon. What? Hey, I'm not in the party! Antenna. It has antenna. Susie wears it on her leg because she's the only cis person in the party. Okay, the Netsuke hat looks like some cool fox ears because it's meant to literally cover fox ears. Because of course Toby Fox loves furry available clothing. Look at Ralsei's paw pads! Like the other armor this chapter, this is another reference to
Toho Project.
namely Ron Yakumo. I'd redesigned this one a little more substantially though. I'm pretty sure this hat is meant to disguise that she's a fox gal, but I wanted to give them a pattern that actually makes them look like fox ears. Cool. Visible ears. Foul, no else doesn't fit. Last time, the Big Shot bow tie was modeled directly after the bow tie that Spampton wore back in the 1997s, which I thought made enough sense and was pretty easy to design. But now, the true tie has been canonized as to what the tie actually was, so let me just... And that's the true tie's design. But now for the Big Shot bow tie... That works. Fusing the Dog Dollar and the Dog Widow together gets you the Dog Widow, a brooch in the shape of a golden pooch. Everyone thinks it's annoying. Including me, I forgot about it. Alright, thank you guys for coming in again for this. Now it's time to... Wait, what? We're at armors, guys. Not even any unused ones. Wait, who?
Sorry to keep the lady in waiting.
Oh, no, get out of here, man. Get out of my video.
Hero.
I'm not doing this shit, man. Get out. I don't care if your items are in the...
There,
Take that
my
pedal
flesh.
mantle and get...
Try my flavor. Sucker it up.
Okay, time to get cooking. This is what I was talking about when I mentioned the crunchy asshole earlier. A wafer thing in Castletown just decides that it can cure poison, and it suddenly returns to being as advertised. An energy drink, a damn good one that collaborates with the car brand. In the poison variant, I made it look like the car crashed against this great paint. Fourth wall, decimated. B tier. I don't hate energy drinks, but they kill me in murdering. Johnny be good. Another damn good healing item, courtesy of my goat Malleus, with 200 HP to the whole party. Hell yes! Obviously, it just kind of looks like a bowl of punch. The overworld in text applies Ralsei kicks Susie when they all drink it. Jerk, what the fuck? Little hater. S tier.
Ah, crud! Nothing rhymes with orange!
Okay, 2 cups of drink with the same bit. The orange juice is made by orange and is green, and the green tea is made by green and is orange. I don't have any notes here. Both go straight to F.
That's a wonderful idea.
For those unaware, the name is likely a reference to les anis de Flavigny, which is like a French candy that are essentially mints made of layers of flavored sugar. They look like little white pellets? How the fuck do you say this? The Flavinge? Sure. The Flavinge's reference to previously being a bullet pattern and Ralsei's friendly pellets line makes this an immediate reference to Undertale, and the Les Anis de Flavigny connection inspired me to put it in a tin, with a little battle happening on the cover. What a friendly flower! Chris throws them at Noelle, lol. S tier. Love eating bullets.
I'm gonna win!
The design may be ripped straight from the game, but this item actually has some kind of cute things. It looks like a German cake that has rings, by the way. Anyway, the cake says it's bread laden with joyful memories, and when Susie and Ralsei take a bite, they reference events the other was there for. Holy fuck, they killed not me. S tier. Red Fitzes.
From a faraway island comes Invasion of the Fantanas.
It's my old soda can from the flat soda, but now it's not so flat. It's now grape Fanta. Okay, Noelle, you need to chill the hell out. Like, actually. S tier, for the record. But like, dude, seriously?
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Natural drink infused with nutmeg and deer hair. Sure. I made it, like, foamy. I put a deer on it because Noelle is a deer and deer is Noelle. Noelle should try this. Let's save some for Noelle. Why would I like this? It has someone's hair in it! F tier. Ew. This item is a joke about the real-life drink Ramun, which is this drink where you like smack the top and get a ball, and it's like, cool, right, yeah, whatever. Is the only reason this Dark World is so anime because Chris is a weeb and they're the one who made it, and they're the ones projecting these like traits onto the flowers? Because like, it's really funny. Anyway, I didn't do anything super crazy, just drew a Ramun bottle and made a little logo on the side here based on the same thing. I ran out of room, so I just drew the moon. S tier. I've never actually had Ramun, but I'm like 90% sure I'd like it. If I don't, then I'll like, I don't know, say something on my Blue Sky. Subscribe, by the way.
Your dad's my best friend.
It's lactose flavored soda? Milk? Why did this chapter canonize that Ralsei likes milk? It heals him 200 HP in battle! Fuck you, man. If you're making me draw a milk drink, then I'm going all out. This video was sponsored by Gamer Subs, the #1 milk drink that makes me go meow meow on the Wii Pen, gamer. I put flowery titties in this video. There, are you fucking happy now?
Mostly.
Yeah, whatever, man. Go get yourself killed again. F tier. Alright, okay. Done with the foods. I guess there is, like, Undertale foods, but I'm not going to lie. Again, that would need its own video, because holy shit, I'm not jamming 28 more fucking foods in this video. This shit is long enough already. Anyway, you didn't think I forgot, did you? I mean, this is like the 3rd time I've done this bit. The Aqua knife is given to you by, surprise, Aqua, who tends to be a reflection of Chris in many ways. We also know they like knives, so this just makes natural sense as a weapon. Good luck ever getting me to use it though. Black Shard is just aura. I wonder if they'd like the real knife. Anyway, in-game this thing just looks like the toy knife from Undertale. I'm pretty sure the sprite is identical, but for my variant I hue shifted it to be more aqua colored. Most of the other ones are completely the color of their originator, so it can also be equipped by Noelle for some reason, so I guess she also has a second super boss weapon. Cool. In the light world, this item becomes a cyan colored petal, which I imagine all the other items follow, so I'm not going to keep bringing it up. That also does bring up the point that these aren't literally the fallen humans' weapons, which does make sense, but it also makes me wonder, like, what would Undertale's weapons look like in a dark world? Dude, I'm not doing that right now. Maybe next time, if you ask nicely. The only other weapon in the lot, somehow, is the blue shoes, a weapon for Ralsei. This one doesn't use the exact same sprite as the ballet shoes, so I put actual blue on some of the highlighted parts for emphasis. Even if blue shoes are literally blue. Okay, game. This one is busted though. Pacify costing 0% TP? Holy shit! Blue my fucking goat. Let's go. It's a big yellow scarf that says, I heart flowery on it. I couldn't help myself, so I made the heart red. Very red. Impossibly red, even. Ralsei refuses to equip this, so I guess the flowy of it all from last time was completely right?
Give to you.
Thanks, flowery.
Glue.
Will you fucking die already? Oh no. Flowery. No. It's the flowery scarf, torn to pieces and stitched back together. Ralsei can't use it as of right now in game, but apparently it has like 12 attack, even with the Justice Axe and like 3 magic. It gets beat up by the blue shoes though. Okay, game. You know what? Fuck you. That bothers me. You wanna know why? The orange gloves are an armor. What? I don't understand. All the other weapons fit. They're the same as their counterparts. You even jury-rigged the shoes onto Ralsei for no reason in a chapter where he gets a decent weapon anyway, but you go ahead and you make the gloves and armor for Susie because the Justice Axe is so good. Like, whatever, man. I wouldn't trade out the Justice Axe either way, but I'm not going to trade out the fucking Black Shard either. Are you crazy? Orange is the one whose items look the least like their canon counterpart, which tracks to me because the fandom can't fucking agree on it either. Speaking of which, can I bring something up? Omega Flowey is a fan name. Omega Flowery is a reference to Omega Flowey. That's just a direct fandom reference. What the fuck? Oh, we're back to the suspects look basically identical to the cloudy glasses. I think I made the rims slightly more purple. They also have the same effect that they do in Undertale, which I think is adorable. Apron. What green? Objectively, the best one. Just like green. Look, I love a lot of these, but there's not a lot to pull from design-wise here. They're sort of self-explanatory, you know? But as we wrap it up with Clover's brother from another motherfucking universe, there is one thing on my mind. Pre-Chapter 5, I really hope that the Golden Flower, the one who became this thing, would become Kara. Now I see I was wrong. This was the much funnier solution. If there's one thing I'm glad both these characters got from Kara, though, it's their tendency to kill themselves. I'm still not doing the key items.